The world doesn't clap for you when you start. It doesn't notice your small steps, your sleepless nights, or your sacrifices. In the beginning, it's just you, alone, battling your doubts and dreams. You'll realize very early that people only seem to care when there's something to gain from your success. Until then, they're silent observers, sometimes even skeptics, waiting to see whether you'll make it or fade away like everyone else who tried. This truth isn't meant to discourage you. It's meant to free you. Once you accept that the world doesn't owe you applause, you stop chasing external validation. You start building your own fire. Success is lonely because greatness demands isolation, focus, and the ability to keep going when no one else believes in you. The world turns its back on effort, but it worships results. So, if no one cares now, it's fine. Let their indifference fuel your obsession, because one day the same silence will turn into noise, cheers, praise, and admiration once you succeed. Being ignored is painful, but it's also one of the greatest blessings you'll ever receive. When no one is watching, you can make mistakes freely. You can grow without judgment. You can experiment, fail, and rise without the pressure of expectations. Silence gives you the space to evolve. Every champion, artist, entrepreneur, or leader started in the shadows. They were overlooked, doubted, and underestimated. But instead of seeking attention, they built strength. The world's indifference became their motivation. Remember, when no one claps for you, clap for yourself. When no one encourages you, speak power into your own soul. Greatness grows quietly. And when it finally erupts, it's unstoppable. So don't hate being ignored. It's the phase that builds your foundation. People will act like they never saw you working. But one day they'll pretend they always believed in you. Let that thought remind you, their approval doesn't define your worth. Every time you feel invisible, rejected, or unappreciated, understand this: life is teaching you resilience. Pain is not punishment. It's preparation. It's sculpting your mindset into something unbreakable. The discomfort you feel right now is the same energy that will fuel your success later. Those long nights, the failures, the doubts, they are tests of character. The world might not care, but every moment of struggle is silently shaping your destiny. One day you'll look back and realize that being ignored was necessary. It pushed you to grow alone, to rely on your inner strength, to stop seeking validation from people who never believed in you. So when it hurts that no one cares, remember, you're not being forgotten. You're being forged. The difference between those who quit and those who succeed lies in self-belief. When the world doubts you, your belief becomes your shield. You must train your mind to trust your vision even when it feels impossible. You must become your own biggest supporter, your own motivator, your own reason to keep going. Self-belief isn't arrogance, it's survival. It's the quiet confidence that whispers, "I can do this," when everything seems against you. Every great achiever was once someone who refused to give up. They weren't the smartest, the richest, or the most talented. They were just the ones who kept believing when no one else did. So even if no one claps, even if they laugh at you, keep believing. Because when belief becomes unshakable, success becomes inevitable. There will come a moment, quiet and unexpected, when your work begins to pay off. Suddenly, the same people who ignored you start paying attention. The same ones who doubted you start congratulating you. But here's the irony. Their support comes when you no longer need it. That's the beauty of growth. When you truly succeed, external validation loses its meaning. You realize that your power never came from their approval. It came from your persistence. The turning point isn't when the world starts caring, it's when you stop needing them to. That's when real success begins. So keep working in silence. Keep building in the dark. Because when the results speak, the noise will be impossible to ignore. Success doesn't need explanation, arguments, or justification. It speaks for itself. The people who doubted you won't need words. Your results will silence them. Success is the ultimate revenge, not through anger, but through achievement. When you finally succeed, you won't need to tell your story, Tlaco. The world will tell it for you. But by then, you'll have learned something deeper. You didn't win to prove them wrong. You won to prove yourself right. That's the ultimate victory, inner fulfillment. So instead of wasting energy convincing others to believe in you, invest that energy into your work. Let your results scream so loudly that no one can ever doubt you again. Every journey has a phase where nothing seems to move. You'll question if you're wasting your time, if your efforts even matter. But remember, silence doesn't mean nothing's happening. Growth takes place underground before it blooms in the open. The universe tests your patience before it rewards your persistence. Those who quit during silence never experience the applause. Those who endure, those who keep going despite being unseen, they are the ones who rise. Your silence now is sacred. Protect it. It's the womb of your success. When the applause comes, it will be because you didn't give up when no one cared. So what should you do when no one cares? Succeed anyway. Keep showing up. Keep working. Keep believing. Because your journey isn't about them, it's about you. You owe it to yourself to see how far you can go. People may doubt, ignore, or underestimate you, but one day they'll have no choice but to respect you. Your success will speak louder than any opinion. And when that day comes, you'll realize all the pain, silence, and indifference were worth it. So don't wait for support. Don't wait for validation. Don't wait for applause. Just succeed anyway, because in the end, success is the only language the world truly understands. There comes a moment in every dreamer's journey when the noise becomes deafening, the doubts, the opinions, the whispers of people who think they know what's best for you. They'll tell you to quit, to settle, to be realistic. They'll remind you of every failure you've ever had. But what they don't understand is that greatness doesn't come from being realistic. It comes from being relentless. When the world tries to define you, when society boxes you into limits, your job is not to argue. Your job is to rise. Let your growth be the response. Let your evolution be the answer. Because the truth is, no one ever believed in the ones who changed history at first. Every revolutionary, every visionary, every self-made success was once called crazy. The difference? They kept going. They didn't let the world's noise drown out their inner voice. And that's what you must do too. The people who ignore you today will one day study your journey. They'll quote your words, share your pictures, and talk about how they always knew you'd make it. But you'll know the truth. You were alone in the fight. You built yourself piece by piece while they watched from the sidelines. So rise above the noise. The world will always have something to say. It will mock your beginnings, doubt your progress, and then celebrate your success as if it helped you get there. But remember, they can only react and you create. When no one cares, you create your own spotlight. When no one supports, you build your own stage. And when they finally come around, you'll have already moved beyond their opinions. That's the essence of power. Not being unaffected by failure, but being unstoppable despite it. Because success is not just about money, fame, or recognition. It's about transformation. It's about becoming someone who doesn't break under pressure. Someone who can look in the mirror and say, I did this. I made it out. I didn't stop. The world doesn't remember those who gave up when no one cared. It remembers those who rose anyway. The ones who turned rejection into resilience. The ones who didn't wait for approval. They built empires out of doubt,